Hey.
Hi.
It's Tash and Carly.
And you're listening to Motherhood.
Not as we planned.
So get comfy, grab a cup of tea.
Or a glass of wine, and let's start talking about all the things too many of us avoid discussing. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode. Hope you've all had a lovely week.
Yeah.
As always, we're now going to tell you at the beginning of an episode, if you are listening to this, we want you to go and
Subscribe.
review, subscribe, follow, share it on your Instagram. If you're watching this right now, screenshot it wherever you are.
Tag us.
And tag us.
Yeah. That's
really
how we
helps.
grow. Yeah.
Thank you. So anyway, how was your week?
I'm so bad at remembering what I've done. I've had a good week.
Good.
I've had a good week.
Your hair looks
Busy.
nice and clean.
Thanks, I washed it.
Thank you.
You normally looks greasy. I did wash it last
I'm
night.
not saying it normally looks greasy, just I feel
It
like
is
looks
clean.
fresh.
Do you know what? I'm really into looking after hair and skin at the moment. I'm very in my self-care era.
Yeah.
Like I'm sleeping on like a satin pillowcase, had my hair in my heatless curls. These are my heatless curls last night.
Nice.
So I don't have time. So it's a game changer. But what did I do? I had the kids at the weekend. It was nice. It was warm. So we were in the garden. We literally spent like Saturday in the garden. Sunday, my mum and dad took Theo and his cousin into London for a day. Whilst my dad's, if you follow me on Instagram, I shared a while ago, my dad's got pancreatic cancer and he's not been doing well. Like he had 6 months of chemo and he's been really poorly. And whilst he's got this like burst of energy and feeling good, they wanted to take the kids into London, but not the little two because they're just carnage.
Yeah.
So they took the elder two and they did the London Eye and the aquarium and went out for lunch. And they had the best day. Like Theo's not stopped talking about it. And it was nice that I had a party, so it actually worked out really nice timing that I could fully focus on Milo. And he met Spider-Man and he literally thinks he met the real Spider-Man and he like tells everyone it's the cutest thing ever. It breaks out. He's like, my real Spider-Man. And I know. This week I've just been in a really way more positive headspace. I feel like I don't know, something's really clicked for me this week just in terms of like my relationship and kind of where I stand in putting my energy into like, I don't know. Obviously for me, I've been working on my co-parenting relationship and sometimes I feel like I get dragged into a negative conversation that I actually don't need to.
His like intention.
Oh, 100%.
So like,
but I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've had a bit of an awakening and I just feel really clear about how I see my future and just, focusing on focusing on what I can control. And I'm just feeling, I don't know, a lot more positive about things and focusing on holding boundaries, and it feels nice and positive and really quite, I don't know, I'm just I'm in a really good headspace this week, which is nice. What about you?
Same. I feel like I've had like a really good week. Maybe it's the weather.
Although my kids have been feral this week, so
I just feel like I've turned a bit of a corner.
Yes. It was coming, it was due.
Yeah, I am really starting to embrace just sort of like doing things on my own. And it's nice. I don't think I've mentioned it on the podcast yet that I've booked to take the kids to Disney. So I'm really excited about that, sort of like trying to organise that now and like ordering like cute outfits for them. I don't know, it's just something to look forward to. And I am going with their dad.
And you've had a bit of controversy online for that, haven't you?
Yeah. So like, and most people, as always, are really positive, just saying like, wow, just highlights like what great co-parenting like relationship you have and like good for you for putting anything aside that you're not like happy with and whatever. And like, look, I'm being completely honest. If I was still with my boyfriend, I wouldn't be doing it.
I was going to say.
No disrespect to their dad, and my ex-boyfriend never would have had a problem with it. But I think for me, it just would have made me feel uncomfortable for him, because I don't think I would have.
I wouldn't be okay with it. And I was speaking to my boyfriend about it, and he wouldn't be okay with it. And I think it depends. Like, that's it. Like you said, like you've openly said, if you were with your boyfriend, you wouldn't do it. But even if I was single,
no, of course, you still wouldn't. I'm still not in that place.
Well, also, I just feel like family holidays when we were together weren't exactly like enjoyable. Surely it'd be even more hell on earth for me.
Yeah,
but it depends. It's different.
So, yeah, look, it's going to be interesting. I've had some comments saying like I'm doing it just for the views and stuff. But look, if I am, then cool, up the views, guys.
Keep watching.
No, I would never put myself through something that, like, I don't know. I think people that have that mentality obviously just aren't very well. To put it bluntly, we've got a house. So I've got my own room, like, we're not like in one hotel room, the five of us. So look, I'm looking forward to it. I think it would be definitely an interesting experience, but we are friends, like we're so okay. So I don't know how his person that he's seeing feels about it. But look, at the end of the day, if he's happy to go on the trip,
that's not your
yeah,
he wouldn't be doing something. Well, you'd like to think you wouldn't be doing something if it made her feel uncomfortable. Surely they've had a conversation.
No comment.
Okay, you'd think they would have had a conversation about it. Most humans would have. It's a surprise if you're listening. They're going away.
Anyway, so I've also just booked a holiday for me and my sister. Yeah, we're going away in September. So I feel like, again, just something really exciting to look forward to. Like, that's my kid-free holiday. Didn't think that I'd get to have one this year. And it would be like my thing getting me through the summer holidays. So, yeah, and I'm just feeling, better this week. Good. So, yeah.
Holidays, I'm in the process of trying to book one for me and the boys.
Yeah. Have you learned not to go too far this time?
Yeah. I'm thinking of going to Mallorca. 2 hours. Everyone's recommended.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say where I'm going to after I've been, but yeah, there's a brand of hotel I'm really looking at, just trying to get the best deal. Like, I'm such a deal seeker, you know what I'm like. So yeah, hopefully book it next week. Yeah, I needed something. I feel like I've not had anything booked with the kids. We were meant to go away to Dubai last month for reasons that I won't talk about on here. We couldn't go. And like, we just keep talking about holidays. It's funny because it was a year ago today that I took Theo on my own to Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, I need some tips.
Yeah, I'll give you some tips. I'll give you some tips. I'll tell you the best places to stand for the parade. Yeah. Really good photo spot that was like dead when we went. But yeah, so I said to the boys, would you prefer to do 2 days in Disneyland Paris, or would you prefer like a week's holiday somewhere hot with an outdoor pool? Because actually they total up like the same amount, and I'm happy to do whatever they'd prefer doing, and they've chosen to go on a hot holiday. So
fair enough.
Yeah, that's what.
Do you know what? Actually, I want to share this just in case it is useful for anyone. So I'm in the process at the moment of getting Blake assessed for ADHD, and I really wanted to get some sort of queue jump because him standing in the queue would be a logistical nightmare, and I was worried I wouldn't be able to get something like that because he's not yet diagnosed. So I actually applied for an access card. It's like access card website. Literally, if you just Google access card, it will come up. I applied for it. I just explained all like the symptoms that he shows and how he'd really struggle to stand properly in a queue. He's not good at regulating his like emotions. Yeah. His behaviour can be quite erratic. And then I literally just uploaded for kind of like documentation for them to see a letter from his psychotherapist and the school that kind of explain his behaviour and feel like he does need to get diagnosed, like assessed for ADHD. And they've accepted that. So now with an access card, I've now applied for a priority pass on the Disney app, and they accept access cards.
Amazing.
So that is done without a diagnosis. So anyone that is looking to go and thinks that they won't be able to get something without a diagnosis, it can be done.
Interesting.
So I thought that would be helpful.
Right, should we get stuck in?
Let's do it.
This email's literally come through about 7 minutes ago, and I like the title, so we're going for it.
Okay, let's do it.
Just going to read
the name. What's the title?
Men are dicks, but so are women.
Oh, she went there.
I think we should do it.
Let's do it.
Firstly, can I say well done on helping so many women through the toughest time of their lives. I thought I'd share my story to show that there is happiness at the end of the tunnel and everything will work out for you in the end. Amen, sister.
Yep.
Where do I begin? I met my ex out in a bar. At the time, he was sleeping on a friend's sofa. His ex, who is the mother of his 2 kids, had binned him after 2 years of going back and forth with one another. But before she ended things, she talked him into getting a vasectomy so he couldn't have any more kids if he met someone else.
That's a bit strange.
That's controlling. I really don't like that.
Do you know, it's actually quite interesting. I really wanted my ex-husband to get one. I could never understand why he didn't want one, but maybe it's because he realised we wouldn't last. Awkward.
That's weird, because also that's a really big personal decision. Like, it's not something to be taken lightly. Like,
I think they can be reversed.
They're not always successful, though. I don't think it's like 100% success rate. But
I appreciate why some men don't want to get it done. You never know what can happen in life. But I genuinely think that he was just like, no.
I also think it's meant to be like a really painful, yeah.
Apparently you cannot ejaculate for a month.
You're out of action.
Like, no, but like you cannot even like do it to yourself. Like, would you get blue balls?
Maybe it comes out somewhere else. Don't know. I don't know. I'm still saying I've Googled. Oh my God, this is actually making me laugh. I know what this has made me just think of.
What?
Had this conversation on the phone last night. But I'd seen something, it must have been on Instagram, and it was like,
what's your discovery page like?
And it was like this girl like suddenly thinking about something, like when a man sits on the toilet to do a poo, like does his willy just like hang into the toilet bowl? And then someone's like, oh my God, like does it get like toilet water all over it? And she got like really traumatized by it. So it was like, we were discussing, like, imagine like a man sitting on there having a poo. Like, where does the willy go over the front, or do they put it down in the bowl?
They tuck it in because obviously they.
Then what if they're pooping and then it goes in the bowl and it splashes? They've got toilet water on their willy and their balls. So that'll gross you out. And then suddenly I sat there thinking, I'm getting the ick. Sorry about that, guys.
I'm actually getting the ick.
Anyway, yes, she is mental. Anyway, he met me and we took it slow. And him and his ex would constantly argue. They had the most volatile co-parenting relationship. Eventually, he sat me down and told me that he couldn't have children, but if we worked out, he would look at paying privately for a reversal. Long story short, he got the reversal and fell pregnant almost instantly. There you go, guys. You can get it reversed. Although I don't know if it's 100% successful always. I had some complications at the beginning of my pregnancy and had to be admitted into hospital. He turned up at the hospital one day being really off with me, trying to start arguments with me. His sick girlfriend, the mother of his unborn child. I thought absolutely nothing of it, but looking back at it, it does all make sense. I got discharged from hospital and he was adamant I was going back to our home that night, but my parents offered to let me stay with them as he was working away the next day for 2 weeks, so it seemed no point staying for one night and I still wasn't very well. He went off to work and everything was fine. I had my booking in appointment a few days later with the midwife and called him up after to let him know how everything went. He started bringing up his ex, talking about when she was pregnant, and it seemed really odd that he would do that, but he was obviously trying to push my buttons, but it didn't work. That evening we spoke on the phone and I just asked him if there was something wrong because he was being really off with me, and he told me he didn't want to be with me anymore.
What? Wow, we weren't expecting that.
So you can't like have an open conversation. Like, that's my fear of like saying how I feel and then like someone being like, I'm done. But
yes.
What the fuck? Okay. I just accepted it and said, okay. Didn't get upset as I had to think of the baby and wasn't going to beg someone to be with me. I love this energy. I love that energy. Damn right. You shouldn't be with anyone you have to beg for. He then said, oh, I didn't mean it. Let's talk when I'm home. Are you okay, hon? What, we like 5?
Hold on. I don't want to be with you. Jokes.
Oh, like what? Okay.
To be fair, that pretty much happened to me once. He told me he wanted a divorce, but on reflection, it was definitely to deflect something that was going on in our relationship. And then a few days later, he was like, I didn't mean it. I was like, you don't throw that word around.
No, divorce is...
Yeah, not cool.
No, not cool. let's talk when I'm home, but I refused because I knew there was more to this for this to just change out of the blue. I hung up and then noticed he had changed his WhatsApp photo to one of him and his 2 kids. He had had the same photo on his WhatsApp for years. I had his ex on WhatsApp also, and I don't know why, but something told me to check her picture. And there she was with the same photo, except she was in it, not him, at the exact same place. That is.
Were they sick?
They are. They have been shagging and meeting up with their kids whilst I was in hospital pregnant and unwell with his unborn child. Oh, I feel ill. What a fucking prick. That's actually made me angry. How stupid are you? If you know she's got you on WhatsApp, like, please.
To be honest, I'm not going to lie. When you said that you met him in a bar and he was sleeping on his ex's couch because it was
flag, yeah.
Yeah, that in itself, I'd be a bit like not getting involved.
Yeah, but that's not helping.
Sorry.
The guy she hated and wanting nothing to do with, I called him up and confronted him, and his first comment was, "Why do you have her number? That's weird."
Gaslighting.
Gaslighting 101. You're a weirdo. You're a psycho. Oh, dear. Right. He tried to make out I was the bad one for having the mother of his kid's number in my phone. He denied anything was going on and then said he didn't want to end things with me and would I meet up with him when he was back from work. No chance. Girl, I love you.
Yeah.
Fucking love this. I went round to our home and cleared out all my things and left the key and closed the door. Hell yes, sister.
Yes, I love this.
Yes, we need more of you. I didn't hear from him through my entire pregnancy, and he has never been involved in my child's life.
Can I just quickly say something? Can we just please appreciate the strength this woman had, that she did all this while she was pregnant? Like,
yeah, that is something.
Yeah.
But I do also wonder if, like, sometimes having, like, obviously we've never gone through anything like what we went through whilst being pregnant.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that feeling of carrying a child feels empowering to, like, want to protect.
I know I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, I can't say it.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
I would have brushed right under that rug.
Keep it going.
Lumpy carpet.
Lumpy. I don't know how I coped, but I did. And I think knowing I was having a baby helped so much.
Good for you.
I just focused on that and cancelled out all the drama and crap they both caused. She called me up and apologised a few months after the baby was born, calling him a narcissist and saying she wanted her family back together. She's an absolute
I've never said that word out loud.
Yeah, I do also think this is a case of, like, they deserve each other and you deserve so much more than that. And I think you even, like, you just know that, like, let them have them. And me and my child are better off without. She did us a favour a few years on and I've settled down with a lovely guy who treats my child like his own. And so do his entire family. I love that. I didn't think I could trust anyone again, but here I am, not letting some idiot affect the rest of our lives. To anyone going through a breakup, it will be okay in the end, I promise you. Feel the feelings, but when the time is right, you'll be happy again, I promise you.
I love that.
And it's so true. Like, it is so true. And when you're going through the shit, you can't imagine how you're ever going to be happy. You think, like, life's over. It's not.
Do you know what? I think her story is really inspiring, that, like, she didn't fuck about and wait around for years and years and years. Like, she
respected her energy and her worth straight away. She was like, nah. And do you know what? Like, to some extent, I feel like I was a bit like that.
You were.
I was like that. Yeah. And I don't.
You found something out. Bish, bash, bosh. Off you go, mate. Jog on.
New life.
Yeah. Thank you, Nat.
Literally. It's mad. It's, yeah.
There's good for you, babe.
Good for you.
That email. Okay, this one is called "Should I Stay or Should I Go?"
Should I stay or should I go? Do.
Sorry, I can't sing.
So proud of that.
Oh dear, God.
What a shame.
Very easily entertained. Right, ladies, please sit down for this one with a wine. If you say so, and then go and get the wine. And you'll probably need therapy after this one. Don't worry, I've already got it. I'm so confused what to do. Deep down, you always know. I know what I should do, but I'm scared and don't know why. I'm 40 years old. We've been together for 14 years. We have 2 children together. He's divorced and has 3 children with his ex, and he's 10 years older than me. Our relationship has been rocky from meeting. I supported him through a 3-year messy divorce. Wow, that would have torn lots apart. But we got through it because we loved each other. I was there through thick and thin. We had our fallouts, but came back together stronger. She tried to break us and it never worked. We would always go out on dates before the kids. I would always be buying myself a new dress for a date night. Every Friday we went out, but the kids came along and things all changed. Can't get babysitters, it's hard these days. We look like the perfect couple from the outside. We live in a £2.5 million home.
Wow.
Can I come over?
Yes, their room.
It's massive and I hate it. It's too big to clean. First world problem. I drive a £100,000 car, have the jewellery he throws at me. I'm a stay-at-home housewife. We have a luxury holiday home abroad, holidays all the time. He's got an amazing self-employed business. He pays for everything. You name it, he pays it. I know money isn't everything and it's not. I want to move to a smaller home. I want to be closer to family. I feel isolated. I feel like I'm now that living maid where he likes to keep.
Can I just say as well, like, just listen to this. I feel like so many people like strive for that, and they think that is happiness. They think the big car, the home, like endless holidays, jewellery, that is happiness. And do you know what? Maybe to some people that is, but it just shows that you can have everything and
that's still not enough.
Or that's not what you needed.
Yeah.
That's not what what made you happy.
I do agree that money doesn't buy happiness, but it helps.
Yeah, it helps.
Like if you've got a great relationship and those things, winning.
100%.
But I would personally, here's a question for you. I know what your answer is going to be. What would you rather? Would you rather have absolutely everything that you've ever wanted in life financially, like the big house, all of that, but be with someone that like isn't great, or be with someone that is like the most amazing person but literally living like a show?
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's something I'm discovering now. Not that I live in a shoe, but
are you the lady that lives in a shoe?
But you can have like that, like I used to go up. Not that we were financially like flying. We weren't by any stretch of the imagination.
But obviously, with 2 incomes, it's always going to be better.
2 incomes. We were at a point where we weren't financially having to worry.
Yeah.
We just moved into, look, for some people who looked at my house, they'd be like, it's not massive. For me, it was like my dream home. I felt like we had it all and that still wasn't enough. And actually, when I looked back at my relationship, my needs weren't met. I would much rather, and I don't think happiness comes from material things. Like for me, it's about experiences. It's about moments. It's about memories. It's seeing the beauty of the world. And I don't think physical things like, and it's weird, but over the last year, I feel like when I was married, I had more interest in like getting a designer handbag or a designer piece of jewellery. And I've had no interest in that at all. If I wanted to, I could potentially treat myself to it, but that doesn't actually bring me any happiness. Like for me at the moment, I'm more interested in spending my money on experiences and things like that. So
no, I agree. He went out on Saturday, 4 p.m, then rocks up at 7 a.m. Sunday. I'm starting to feel paranoid, crazy, anxiety through the roof. I was so angry. I never say anything to him. I walk around the house talking to myself, saying, I hate you. Oh, I don't want to be with you. I can't stand you. I don't love you. But then later he could do something funny, makes me smile. And I think, oh, it's not that bad. But deep down, I think I am unhappy. But I now feel like I want to do it alone, as I want to end us as we are unhappy. I sometimes sleep in a separate room or with the kids. We go out, but we take the kids to the pub with us. I feel like we are more friends than a couple these days. I do think it's really easy to fall into that kind of friend zone when the kids are always going out with you. Do you know what? You become almost like...
You do need that time, just you.
Yeah.
You need to... It's like what we've said before, relationships and marriages take work.
He doesn't sound very nice anyway. I mean, where was he that night when he came home at 7 a.m?
That's not acceptable behaviour when you're married or with someone.
I'm starting to feel the older I'm getting, my identity and blueprints has gone. I basically live in his shadows. All the bills are in his name. The house is in his name. He wouldn't add me to the mortgage, told me if I was to ever split up with him, I would get half. That's fucking weird. Sorry. I only have my passport and driving licence in my name. I feel now is why he did all this for himself, so I couldn't leave, as I feel insecure because he's like, you have nothing. How are you going to buy a house? Are they married?
I don't know. It's different if you're married though.
I now realise that they are red flags. You want me to be your wife but won't marry me. So then
they're engaged.
Have a home together, but not really. Have a horrible gut feeling writing this, as I feel like he strung me along the younger model of
He's not married. His arm. Not married her because otherwise she has the entitlement.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The last 5 months I started to feel like the writing's on the wall, always arguing over stupid stuff. So I got a credit card, Klarna, opened another bank account, got things in my own name to build up my own credit report. Good girl. I feel lonely, empty and sad as I'm with the kids, and then when we do things, I feel he is always on the kids' back. They are 3, 7, 2 girls, so sassy and hard work at times, but they bring me so much joy even on my lower days. We are engaged and have been for 12 years. He said he won't ever marry me because he doesn't want to lose all his money.
Why engage? Why get engaged? I don't understand.
Sell that ring.
Sell that ring. Should probably take it to get valued. And
I had dreams like that young girl for the fairy tale wedding, but now I'm getting older. I would prefer the cute, intimate wedding, but I know I will never have that if I stay. I've always come to realise that marriage maybe isn't everything. It's just a paper and a ring, but maybe that's because he's converted me. I love the happy family unit. Our house is on the market as I want to move to a smaller house, but I'm dreaming of living in that smaller house without him. I have a gut feeling it's for the best to end it. I want to go out and have fun like he does, not be a mum all day. He makes me laugh sometimes. I'm not bothered about the money. I want a job, something he won't let me have while I have the babies. He tells me that's my job, being a mum. I want to have kids. God. We had a row today over going to London in 2 weeks. Our hotel and tickets are booked. Said I should cancel Frozen as the train tickets are £700. That's spare change to him. But why cancel my daughter's birthday? He'd spend that on a lad's holiday, and now I want this to be my get out of jail card, make this why I want to end it, because he's mean. It's so hard, but how do I go about it and do it calmly as I fly off the handle? My emotions go into overdrive. I hope all of this makes sense. Please correct any spellings or adjust how you want it to sound. I've been listening to a podcast since day one, and I know I should go, but wonder, can we fix little things? But how does this sound to you ladies? Any help would be the best advice. Thanks, ladies. I've got to be honest, everything that you were saying, and I think that you're going to make the decision when you hear us read it out, because at the end of the day, you're not happy. Wow, he sometimes makes you laugh. My dad can make me laugh. Doesn't mean I want to be with him. More obviously. But do you know what I mean? Like, my friends can make me laugh. I make my fucking self laugh. Like, no, like, you are not happy. The fact that he has specifically said that he doesn't want to marry you because he doesn't want, he is literally
that you're not allowed a job.
Farm. Sounds like your dad.
That you're not allowed a job.
And not allowed to.
Sorry, I find it sounds like, is it chauvinistic, the word? Like, thinks the man should go out for work and the woman should stay at home cleaning the house and looking after the kids.
I just think that he literally wants to know where you are at all times. That shows that he's obviously got some like proper profound issues and insecurities, massive control. And I feel like you're saying like you want to use that as a reason. Why do you need a reason if you don't want to be with someone? I mean, I could give you plenty of reasons. You don't need to use cancelling your daughter's birthday as a reason.
I also think it's a massive red flag that you're engaged and he will not marry you.
Yeah,
I think that's a massive red flag.
Do you know what I would do? I'd start collecting all the really expensive things around the house and start selling them and build up a bit of a account. Like, you've already gone
running away fund.
Yeah,
my grandma used to say to me, it's weird, when I was married, she'd like, weird. Like when I'd be on the phone, she'd be like, you do have a running away pot, don't you? And I was like, no. Grandma was right.
I would start, making those plans. Like,
I would take my time with it. I would be smart about things.
Well, it sounds like you're already being smart. You're already trying to build your own credit score. Look for a job. He's not got control of what you do. If you want to go and get a job, go and get a job. If anything, like, do the things that you want to do and see how he reacts. And then maybe if you feel like you need an example or a reason, go and get that job, babe. Do what you want. And then when he turns around and he's like, no, be like, well, this is something that I want to do, and if that's not something that you're,
or I'm not happy, I really want to earn my own money. I want to do something I love doing. As well,
let's give him an ultimatum. Either let me have a job and make my own money, or, well, I was going to say, or marry me, but I don't want you to marry me.
But I'm not being funny as well. Like, you've said in that email, you're not bothered about the money, and money isn't everything. Like, it sounds like you've had everything. Like,
no, but
you could go out. I understand.
She doesn't have anything.
I understand that. Surely, I don't know how it works when you're not married, but surely you'll have to contribute towards the kids.
Yeah, to the kids. But she is, unfortunately, you are not entitled to anything, especially the house, unless you have made a
significant financial contribution to it, which you
obviously haven't, because you don't have a job. I would say that, like, just like, you're 40, you're still young, like, get out.
I think you want to leave. I think you just needed to get it out and be like, hear someone else say it.
Yeah. Keep us updated, please. All keep us updated. I feel like we went through a stage where people were sending us second, like, updates. Can you please send us updates if we've ever shared your story and you have an update for us? We want to hear them.
Okay, this one is called Hookers Whilst Carrying His Baby. I'd been with my partner 8 years by this point when I discovered that I was pregnant. A happy planned pregnancy, as we were also en route getting married, and I couldn't be happier. We had everything. A beautiful baby girl on the way, a gorgeous home. Life was good. At 12 weeks pregnant, my girlfriends took me for a sober hen do at a nice restaurant. Our wedding was 3 days away at this point, and after a beautiful lunch with friends, I got home and noticed that his iWatch was flashing. He had only recently purchased it, therefore didn't understand whatever was on his iPhone was syncing with his watch that was laying on the kitchen side. Call it gut instinct, but something told me to look. Never ignore your gut. Oh my God, it's actually making me feel really nervous reading it.
Yeah, don't you love when they just leave things lying around? So careless.
Call it gut instinct, but something told me to look. And luckily, he used the same PIN for everything, and I was in.
Do you know what they always do? They always use the same passwords and the same PIN. They're so thick.
Their brains can't take it.
Their brains can't handle more than one PIN.
Yeah, and then they don't change the PIN even when they've been caught because they're really smart like that. Oh dear. Anyway.
Do you know what? We always go on about how, like, men are pigs and this, that, and the other. Maybe women are too, but they just hide it better.
Well, yeah, and we don't hear as many guys. We want more messages from male listeners as well. We want to hear about women being dicks.
I do reckon that women hide affairs better than men.
I don't know a woman who's had an affair, so I can't pass.
Because she's hiding it.
Yeah, because she's hiding it. Yeah,
I do think. I think if I wanted to have an affair, I mean, maybe it's a hard comment to say unless you're in it, but I think I'd be good at hiding it. Like, I wouldn't do stuff like that.
Well, especially now because we do this podcast.
Don't worry, I'm not having an affair. I mean, I don't even have a relationship. Affair with.
Damn. There, I found a handful of messages to different prostitutes, arranging to meet them at various times of the day, whilst also at work, even bartering with them on the cost.
Ugh, stingy man whore.
75 for a blozzer. I'll give you 50.
Hold on. Oh my God.
And you're going to get married.
She's pregnant.
And she's pregnant. Oh my God, she's in the early days. She's 12 weeks pregnant. She's really excited. She's going to get married.
3 days before her wedding.
Oh, that actually makes me feel ill. Right. Frantically checking the dates and soon realising it, that was after I found out I was pregnant, dating only 2 weeks prior. I called him at work to say the wedding was off. He rushed back and denied all of it. But after reading him a message...
Sorry, I can't bear the deny, like...
Why lie? This actually really pisses me off, right? When people get caught and they outright lie to you and deny it when you're sat there with physical evidence in your hand. Like...
Relatable.
Who's this then? Has someone hacked your email? Did someone hack your email and book your hotel room?
Okay. Someone created an account for you.
Oh,
and took all your photos because you're obviously just so good looking. They wanted to pretend to be you.
Someone's hacked your phone and they've intruded your number.
Oh my God. Someone put condoms stuffed in the back of your wardrobe. And your colleagues at work are so funny that they slip your rucksack. I could go on and on and on.
Right. On and on and on.
And it goes on and on and on.
Right.
That was fun.
It was
Should I carry on going?
If you want to.
No, because now it's going to get too much
Personal.
Oh, and you're messaging, but you're opposite.
I'm scared. Right. Yeah. Anyway, where was I?
I don't know. Got all it.
Here we go.
Excited.
I called him at work to say the wedding was off. He rushed back, denied it all. But after reading him a message stating he was outside and needed to be let in, he knew there was no getting out of it. At 12 weeks pregnant, I was extremely confused, vulnerable, and had to make a 48-hour decision. Yeah, it's very time-bound, isn't it?
Oh.
He begged me to marry him, pleading that he was sorry. Feeling shameful, I went ahead with the wedding.
Don't feel shameful.
I felt like a hostage that day and cried on the way to the wedding.
Oh, it makes me that literally breaks my heart.
Some time went on and my beautiful daughter was born, but as soon as she came into the world, I knew that it wasn't going to work. How could I raise a strong woman knowing I was accepting behaviour like that? Guys, the energy today, guys. The energy. Yes.
Set an example.
Damn right. We parted when she was 9 months old. Soon after, multiple people approached me with knowledge of multiple indiscretions that I never knew of. Having to co-parent with this man who stole my life was devastating. And for around a year after, I found it hard to manage my emotions. However, after some work on myself to understand the problem wasn't me, absolutely, I am now happy again. She is amazing and I have a beautiful new man who I never doubt. He has a new girlfriend, but I would love to know if she knows the truth. He keeps her way out of my reach, so I assume not. Wow. Good for you, though.
Ending and someone just being so empowering and just...
I'm loving the energy today.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, don't beat yourself up, guys, when you stay or, you know, you just like that.
You'll find the point and it's different for everyone. I mean, we're two really good examples. Like, you stayed for years longer and I...
didn't. I knew your worth.
And I knew my worth.
That's good. But you know what? We all get there in the end, hopefully. And yeah, no, we've loved those emails. Thank you so much for sending them all in. Should we do a little confession of the week? Confession. I feel like we need like a music thing to like
a theme song.
A theme song for confession of the week. This is my confession. Just been a says she got one on the way. Okay, this is interesting. It's called Confession of the Week, my father-in-law. Okay. Hi, girls. Love the pod. So here's my confession of the week. When I was married, now my ex-husband, I got on really, really well with his dad. He was very good looking and looked just like my partner, but obviously just older. He was single. Sorry. I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable.
No, it's making me feel a bit ill.
He was single and I always felt like he was quite over-friendly. When me and my now ex-husband split up, oh my God, my father-in-law made a move on me.
Did it end up with the hand?
Can you imagine?
No.
And you know what's really gross? I'm picturing my mother-in-law.
Yeah, no.
I turned him down, obviously, but I have never told my ex-husband this. Sometimes when he gives me abuse, I'd love to throw it in his face, but I don't want to cause World War III. Something I'm currently keeping under the belt, but maybe one day I'll use it. Wowzers, that is a confession and a half.
Oh, it's making me feel a bit ill.
Yeah, I do feel slightly on my...
Right, I'm going to give you an affirmation. It's going to be about knowing worth. Right, guys, very simple, but I like it because these women today have displayed this. I am worthy of love and respect. Preach it.
Amen.
Absolutely. And you should be accepting nothing less than that in a relationship.
Love that. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Hope you've enjoyed. And make sure, if you are not already, check out our Patreon episode.
There's less bleeping out.
Yeah. Way more unfiltered, way more juicier, and it's an extra episode for you a week. So go and check it out. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.
Bye.